When I was a boy, I got to work on the farm, and I thought that was hard work. But one of the things I remember was that when we would go down to the farm, there were these sharecropper houses. And that was where the poor farm workers, the sharecroppers, lived, even on our farm. It's one thing to work hard when your daddy or your granddaddy owns the farm. It's another thing to be living in one of those sharecroppers' houses and not own anything. When Madeline Rojero was a young woman, she took time out from college to go work with Cesar Chavez and to work with the least of these, those who were the hungriest and the hurtingest, the people who did the toughest work day after day, the back-breaking labor, and who deserved a fair shake, and she helped won that for them. And she has spent her entire life, ladies and gentlemen, helping other people. I couldn't remember it all, I couldn't memorize it all, but let me just tell you some of the things she's been the executive director of, helping people in Tennessee. Executive director of Knoxville's Promise, the Alliance for Youth, Dolly Parton's Dollywood Foundation, the University of Tennessee Community Partnership Center, the Coal Employment Project. She has led every good deed organization in and around East Tennessee. She led community development in Knoxville. A little less than a year ago, the good people of Knoxville had the great good judgment to elect her their mayor. She is already outstanding in what she's doing. What she is doing now is what she's always done since she was practically a girl. She is helping people who need her help. She is leading the way. She is outstanding. I hope you'll make welcome the first woman to be the mayor of Knoxville, Madeline Rojero.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, good evening, fellow Democrats. It is such a privilege for me to be here with you all tonight. I want to start by thanking the party faithful. You know, we always start by thanking the mayors and the elected officials, but I'm going to start, and I know all the elected officials will join me in this, and thanking you in the audience who give untold hours, that you give your blood, sweat, and tears, and you dig deep in your pockets to help people like us get elected. Thank you for all that you do. You are the reason the rest of us are up here tonight, and we appreciate you more than you ever will know. It's also my honor to be here with my fellow mayors, the other dignitaries and party officials, but I really look forward. I appreciate working with Mayor Dean and Mayor Wharton and Mayor Burke, now that he's with us as well. Congressman Cooper, you've always been eager to respond to us when we needed you. And for Senator Kaine, it is it's such a thrill, really, for me to be here, sit next to you at dinner and to be able to talk to you. You know, and among your many accomplishments, I think your greatest one is really being mayor of Richmond. And I told him that my son is actually in Richmond now, and so he's enjoying your fine city that you have represented in so many ways. And you know, it's also really appropriate that our chairman and the committee invited Senator Kaine to come here this year to the Musicians Hall of Fame. Do you all know why that's so significant? He's a mean harmonica player. And we're in the Musicians Hall of Fame. So I don't know if you brought your harmonica to play with us or not. No, he says not tonight. I know you can find him on YouTube. He was recently in Floyd County, Virginia. My son goes to those events as well, and played a little harmonica with the local musicians. So Senator and fellow mayors, I know that you will agree with me that being mayor is a great job. And I'm not shy to say that I love being mayor. I say that all the time. Being mayor is where the rubber meets the road. It's the closest to the people, and at least in my city, it is, and maybe it's one of the few places in this country where Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and Greens can work together without getting bogged down in ideological or political warfare. Now, don't get me wrong. I am very proud to be a Democrat. I've been a Democrat all my life and always will be. I was very proud to be the first Democratic woman elected to the Knox County Commission back in 1990. But the greatest moments in our country's history have been when we put partisanship aside to solve problems, to be innovative, and to work together for the common good. And I know Senator Kaine understands this, and he's working. He's known for working to build bipartisan coalitions to overcome the gridlock in Washington to actually solve problems. So at the local level in Knoxville, we are so very fortunate to see this happen every day. Now, there are some political ideologues out there who think government is the problem. Have you heard that? Government is the problem. We know who says that. But I don't believe that. And Democrats don't believe that. We know that government is not the problem, nor is it the only solution. We believe that government has an important role to play in making our lives better. I set a clear vision when I ran for office of what city government's role should be and what I should do as Knoxville mayor to build an even greater city. And that's what we have tried to stay faithful to in my almost 21 months in office. I believe city government has a role, in addition to what we've already heard, with public safety and education and jobs. We have a role to encourage maximum private investment by strategically investing in public improvement projects. We do that in Knoxville. We focus on investing in our downtown. The minimum amount so the private sector will come in there and really maximize their investment. We improve our commercial corridors with streetscapes and facade improvement projects. We work to get rid of our blighted properties. I know Mary Wharton's been a real leader in that as well in his city. We opened an entrepreneur center so budding entrepreneurs could turn their dreams into reality and create those new businesses and those new jobs. I believe we also have a role in improving quality of life and increasing the quality of life in our city. So we promote arts and culture. We build parks and greenways and sidewalks and bike lanes. We enhance our public transit because not only for people who need it, but to encourage people to choose it. In Knoxville, we are preserving 1,000 acres of urban wilderness right south of our downtown, where not only will we increase tourism and economic development, but people in Knoxville will enjoy it. And we've got hundreds of folks that are out hiking and mountain biking on any given day. We also have a responsibility to preserve our natural assets and the resources that we have for future generations. That's why sustainability, and for me, a greener Knoxville, is an overriding value and strategy in everything that we do. Our decisions are not about the next election, but about the type of world we will leave our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, and even 7 generations out. That's the Native American philosophy, which I've always embraced. What's happening 7 generations out? We should care about that. Another and perhaps most important responsibility is to nurture a city that is diverse and inclusive, a city that cares about and celebrates the diversity of its people, a city that insists on a transparent and open process that all are involved in. I have often said that a great city opens its arms and gathers into its midst the diversity of its people, from white collar to blue collar, from labor to management, from every neighborhood, north, south, east, west, and downtown, people of all races and colors, people of all abilities, gay and straight, people of all faiths, from the youngest to the oldest, from the richest to the poorest. We built our campaign on diversity and inclusiveness, and that is how I have tried to govern. So based on those kinds of values, that's why we passed pension reform in my first year that will save future taxpayer dollars, but respects the dignity of our police officers, firefighters, and general government employees. They deserve that. That's why we passed a non-discrimination ordinance for employees that expands our policy to include gender identity and sexual orientation. That's why I'm committed to having an administration, workforce, and appointees to our boards and agencies that reflect the diversity of our city. When I think back about this vision, my vision for the city of Knoxville, and the actions we have taken so far, I know that they strongly reflect the values of this party, our Democratic Party. These are the values that say that government has an important role in being a partner with businesses and neighborhoods and individuals to make our lives better. It's about being stewards of the earth and ensuring opportunity for those who come for generations after us. It's about working together despite our political or cultural differences and respecting all people and giving them opportunity to achieve their dreams and contribute to their city, their state, and their country. That's why I am a Democrat, and that's why I will continue to promote these democratic values as mayor of Knoxville. I want to again thank all of you who do the hard work to get people like us elected, and I want to thank my fellow mayors and other elected officials, Senator, who strive every day to promote these democratic values and to make our cities, our state, and this great country truly a land of great opportunity for all of us. Thank you.